What's going on, everyone? So I'm back. Haven't made a video in a while, but I think today is the day. Just because the primo asked me to, so I'm gonna do this real quick. The only fight we're gonna discuss today is the main event, and it's gonna be what I thought about it. Now let's see. I know you're out there probably trying to give Darren Till a win because Liverpool got whooped 3-1 yesterday by Real Madrid, but that's not the case today. We're gonna talk about some MMA shit. So, what I think, we're going to talk about Darren Till first. Darren Till, he definitely did what he's supposed to do, He was patient, pressed the fight, backed up when needed to attack the legs, I should say, of Stephen Thompson, because he's always switching stances. He was the aggressor. He did land some pretty good punches, and I think what swayed the decision over to him at the end was that drop. He dropped him pretty good, although, Wonder Boy did pretty good, jumped back onto his feet, rolled over actually, then kind of clinched up a little bit, got back up, showed he had it in him. But I think ultimately that's what, gave him the win. But let's talk about that striking though. I feel like he did right in the first round. He was a little hesitant. They both were, But I think he should have, let his hands go more, pop that 1-2. He found it showed that he found his range, towards the end of the second round and the beginning of the third. I feel like there was times when they both came forward and neither one of them did anything. I think they had too much respect for each other. If Till would have let his hands go, how his coach said, double up on the jab and then throw that 1-2, fake it out, do the jab, then do a 1-2 or a 1-2 and then a double jab, just mix it up. With those two things, I think he would have been able to psych out Wonder Boy. But then again, you can't really push him too much. Wonder Boy is really good at backing up, and once he backs up, he can hit you with the straight right or that, I don't know what you call that hook kick to the face, knock your ass out. So you got to be careful with that. But overall, I think Darren Till didn't do a bad job. I just feel the only thing, if I was in his shoes, which I'm not and I probably am never gonna be, is I would have let my hands go a little more, just do what his coaches do, pop that 1-2 or that double jab, even then I thought it was great when he tried to throw that up, faked with that uppercut a couple times when Wonder Boy was coming in. I think he should have, when they both came in, he should have thrown it, just throw it. But it's all about taking risks, and I think Darren Till is the bigger guy. I think he would have been able to take it better. Now let's talk about Wonder Boy Thompson. This was technically the fight you will always see Wonder Boy fight. Jumping side to side, trying to measure, jumping in and out, that karate point fighting style. Yeah, that's all you're gonna see from Wonder Boy. Now it sounds so simple, but in reality it's not. He's jumping, he's jumping side to side. He's leaping forward as you're coming. He's jumping backwards as you're leaping forward. He's trying to counter you. He had a lot of weapons in his arsenal. And then he changes stances. You don't know what he's gonna do. So, as far as what Wonder Boy's doing, I think he did all right. He didn't go out and try and win it. He was trying to how can I say this? He was trying to outpoint him, but he wasn't trying to finish him. As if you're the visitor, you're in Darren Till's backyard, England. You gotta go in there, try and win it. You have a win over Jorge Masvidal before that, but then you have one loss to the for the title before that, and then you have a tie for the title before that. Your odds aren't looking all that well. You gotta establish yourself as the #1 contender, which at this time and point before the fight he was. But now that he lost to the #8 ranked fighter technically on the rankings, it's gonna set you back a little bit, and that's gonna propel Darren Till before you get a title shot. Which in this case, I don't see why he shouldn't get one. And a lot of people don't want to see a third fight, between Woodley and Wonder Boy. They feel it's going to be a lot of, what was happening in the first two fights, just a stalemate. And, I'll be honest, I'm not too excited about that myself either, although I do, I am a fan of Wonder Boy, I guess you could say. But overall, I feel like Wonder Boy should have been more hungry. should have at least tried, kicks a little more, because you're not going to see him in a total exchange. So I feel like Wonder Boy did it, fought the fight that he's always going to fight. He's not going to fight a different fight. This is going to be his fight, and him getting dropped in the 5th round certainly didn't help. And like I said, Darren Till and Wonder Boy both had the same opportunity to capitalize when they both came in a couple times, and they both did nothing. All they do was jump back away from each other instead of actually trying to exchange. So I feel like they both Darren Till should have capitalized on that, because he's known as the aggressor. Wonder Boy's more known to kick back. But people can argue octagon control, and people can argue about Wonder Boy outstriking him, but you can't really argue the nod on this side or that side. It could have gone either way. So let me know what you think about this fight. Get back at me.